Jody Whitesides, and this is another Inside the Recording Studio Tuesday tip. Today, we're talking about giant background vocals. Let's jump right in. As you can see, I have a session open here with a whole bunch of backing track vocals. If you want to count, it's actually 18 tracks of backing vocals, and it sounds like this right up front.
I miss listening.
All right, so as you can see, I have 6 tracks of a vocal harmony here. I have 6 tracks of a vocal harmony here, and I have 6 more tracks of yet another vocal harmony. Now, technically, this is a 2-part harmony because these 12 are actually octaves of each other, a fifth up and a fifth below from the root that's on this particular note. As you can see with the first 6, I have these panned hard left, hard right, a center channel. Then I have at about 35 on the left, 35 on the right, and another center. I'm doing a very similar panning situation here on the fifth below, where it's a hard left, hard right, center, 44 left, 44 right, and center again. And on the final ones, I have a hard left, a hard right, center, 30 left, 30 right, and another center. So these 6 here sound like this.
I miss.
Then we have these 6 here, which sound like this.
I miss.
And then we have these 6 right here, which sound like this.
I miss.
Now, just so you can see what I'm doing on my bus for all these background vocals, I have a Pultec EQ that is boosting a tiny bit at the 100 mark and attenuating a bit more, almost double the amount. And then I'm boosting around the 5K mark quite a bit with a sharp bandwidth, and then I'm attenuating even more at the 20K mark. And the reason for that is I don't want these backgrounds to outshine the lead. I follow the Pultec with a heavy limiting situation with the Renaissance vocal compressor from Waves, and I'm compressing pretty darn hard, and I'm bringing the gain down to appropriately set it so that the level is very even keel on what I've got going on with all these vocals. And then I'm running them through a choral vocal group setup in the Ocean Way Studios using a C12 mic fairly close. And that gives me that space that's in there. Now, all of that, once it's run through this bus, ends up going over to this bus, which combines it with the lead vocal. And in that, I'm doing a bit of de-essing in case there's something that gets a little too sharp on the top end. From there, I'm going into an LA2 for some additional compression for both the lead and background vocals. And I'm following that up with another EQ to take out more of the low end so it doesn't get too built up in there. And there was a little problem in the 3.5 mark, and I took that out too. Then on top of all of that, I'm brightening up all the vocals in line at a 20K mark, bringing it up 5 dB using the luscious Moog EQ4. And I'm also adding about a dB at the 160 mark to give it just a tad more body. And altogether, we've got this.
I miss.
So you can hear that the vocals now for those backgrounds are just supportive of the lead vocal, but altogether by themselves.
I miss listening.
We get a really big, luscious background vocal sound. And that is very similar to a combination of what Queen might have done with Roy Thomas Baker, along with the anal timing retentiveness of Mutt Lange. That's how you're going to get big background vocals. Happy mixing.